Hello, and welcome to the Wisdom Scenes, start of the Wisdom Scenes mailroom, or I should say mail garage. In this video, I just wanted to show you how to spray mount posters on poster board using spray adhesives. This is something that I needed to do and figure out how to do with professional quality and reliable each time. And so I spent a long time trying to figure out the right procedures for this and went through probably anywhere from 6 to 10 posters and wasted before I finally got the procedures down pat. So I wanted to share that with you. Some people like putting these on posters on poster boards and then hanging them up on their walls. And I need to do this because I'm just making traveling displays of these things. And I've got 26 posters and I need 2 sets, so I have to do 52 of these that I can then take around to schools and churches to show. And I'm leaving a little extra space here too, that's for wording to go on. But if you were going to do it yourself, it would probably go in the middle. So let's show how to do this here. Now, first is you need poster boards, and I actually ordered a bunch from New Line, which actually in bulk, and they came up to be about $2.50 per board. And these are actually good quality boards actually, and I did get some from Walmart that are about $1.50, and they're slightly better quality, but either way. Now, the trick to this is to use lots of newspaper. So if you're going to do this, it's going to take about 6 full spreads of newspaper just to do one board. Now, one of the key things is to put newspaper underneath the board, because you're going to be using spray adhesive. And I'm going to do this first, so now the top of my table now is sticky. And I don't want to get glue on the bottom of my boards. I shouldn't have put that down there yet, so I have to put paper down here so that no glue gets on the bottom of the board. Now, so you put the board down. The first thing you want to do is make sure your hands are washed when you start this, is wipe the board with your hand. To make sure there's no dust. Any little piece of dust will show up, and you can't just eyeball it because you won't see it. Your hand is much more sensitive than your eyes when it comes to picking out a little imperfection. Okay, there we go. Now the poster I'm going to do is I'm going to redo this poster, and because this one got, I put too much glue on and it seeped out, and I tried to wipe it off but it just smudged, so that's no good. And I sprayed it bad, so it's kind of lumpy in here. So let's get this really nice poster with a Mark Twain quote on it. This is one that says, "The best way to cheer yourself up is to cheer up somebody else," by Mark Twain. And this is an artist, Mark Myers, did this. And so the first thing is to put the thing down, and you want to then line it up the best you can, and just eyeball it. How do you want this lined up on your board? You want to look at it from all different angles because the lines can play tricks on you. Okay, so then once you got it exactly where you want it mounted, you need a brick. Make sure the brick is clean, and you need lots of paper towels. And put the paper towel on the brick, on the board to protect it. You want to make sure that this, you had a clean brick to start with, so it doesn't, like this one did, get dust on the board. And we put that down there, and that'll hold it in place. Now, this will all make sense once I start spraying. Put a piece, and so you put a piece of a full sheet of newspaper over here. And you have to make sure it covers the whole board. It goes from side to side and leaves some margin. Otherwise, spray will get underneath this and onto your poster. And you roll this back about halfway, or a little bit more than halfway. And take another sheet. And you really do have to go to all this trouble, otherwise it gets on your board or it gets on the top of your poster and messes it up. So there we go. And so now you lift this sheet all the way through and make sure there's just a tiny bit of overlap here between the top and bottom. And you want to pull this one as far up as you can. Okay, so now you're ready to spray half your poster. Now the spray I'm using is this 3M General Purpose 45. Some people I saw videos use 77. This is actually for photos and posters. So I'd recommend this because it doesn't seep into the material supposedly. And also it has a long, what do they call it, open time. So you can spray it and then leave it up to 30 minutes before you paste it down. So that makes it just a little, you don't have to work quite as fast, you don't have to be as rushed. So now spraying, this is a real critical part. Now when I first started doing this, I was doing like, what naturally is, you'd want to do it like this. Don't do it like that, because when you go over like this to here, spray gets underneath and on top of your poster. So just hold it straight here, and about 6 inches up like they say, and don't move your hand, but just twist, just tilt it, or twist it, whatever. And you just go from one side, and just do 3 things. So here it goes. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. And you let this stuff go away. Well ventilated room. And you take this one out, and you could, you don't want to get glue on your hands. If you ever get glue on your hands, it'll end up on your poster. But do a quick thing like this, you can actually feel the glue. So then you take that off very carefully and throw it on the floor. And then lift your hand, put your hand underneath very carefully, so you don't want to touch the glue, and just flip it down like that. Then take this off, because this has got glue on it now, so go underneath, just put that onto the floor. Okay. Then take another couple of pieces of this, and now spread it down like this. Okay. And that'll do a really good job. It'll make it really smooth, which makes a real professional looking job. And then another critical part here is to use your hand, because you can't see it, but there may be some glue may have drifted onto the poster or the poster board. So just go around the edge and see if any glue did drift. And this one's pretty good. I'm getting good at this now. There's no drift. But if there's a little bit of drift, that's fine. What you do is just with a paper towel, not with your hand, because your hand might smudge it. Look, there's a little bit of glue you can feel, like just rub it like this, back and forth a few times. And that'll just take it right off. And you've got to do that right away and in order to get it off. So that's why as soon as you are done finished pressing it down, check for glue. And there's none there, so that's great. Then throw that one away in case there was glue on it. You can take this away. This one, I'm not going to use any of these things again, just in case they're contaminated. And then we do the same thing to the other side. So, some more paper here. This one we don't need the brick now because it's glued. And you bring this back all the way till you can start to feel the glue catch it. You gotta be careful now, there's glue on the sides here, so. And make sure these overlap. And make sure you're gonna get all the way down as far as you need to. Okay. There we go, and just do the same thing on this side. Make sure it's right in the middle because you want to make sure that glue goes away like this and away like this and it doesn't get underneath. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. So, careful not to touch the top of it. You don't want to touch the top of this paper and get glue on your hands. And just kind of flop it down. This side. This again. Usually on the second one I usually get more glue seeps underneath and I can actually already start to feel it now. For some reason more glue gets underneath on the second one. Yeah, and there's a tiny bit right there. So I just got on the poster, so, and it's gone. There's one right there. And it's gone. Something there. And none over here. Okay, good. Last thing around. And there you go. You've got a professionally mounted poster on a poster board then. That can either just go in a wall like this, or it can go in a picture frame or whatever. And this is what's really nice about this is it's completely flat. There's not one bump, wrinkle, or anything on that, so it looks really nice. This is a great poster to put up in your house to help at least teach your kids that, you know, it's good to try to cheer up other people. So, thanks for watching.